This is the to-do list that I have done. So it has two things, which is client and server. So this node modules, package log JSON, package JSON, all these things will be getting by default. Like when we run these React application, whatever the thing we have seen for the sake of React application by using create React app. So you'll be getting this node modules, SRC folder and all these things, right? I have removed the SRC public and all those two folders and have left with this node modules, package log JSON and package JSON. And after that I have created a folder which is of name client and another folder with server. And in this client I have again used the same command where I have used npx create hyphen react hyphen app and followed by the name is client here. Rather than using dot slash, I have mentioned the client, so that this client, this folder, it has become one more React application. And coming to this server, I have only one file which is server.js. It will be acting as the backend, and this React application, it will be acting as the front end. So this is about the thing what I have made. Like I have made two folders which is of client and server. Coming to the client, I have installed all the dependencies and packages by using the command which is npx create hyphen react hyphen app, and followed by replacing the dot slash with the client. I have got this React application, and inside that I have added some folders which are like in the public I have not modified anything, but in the src I have added the components which I'm having to do form and also to do list.js. These two things I have added. And coming to the backend, I have added one thing which is server.js file. It is server.js file I have added. So that is about the like how to like create the application. And regarding the code we'll be discussing. That means we'll discuss about the things that we have added extrally, like to do form .css and to do form.js and to do list.js we'll be discussing. And after that we'll be discussing about this server.js file. But before that, let us see how to run this thing, like how to run this application. That is the main thing. So let us go to the terminal and select the new terminal, and we'll be getting the terminal here. Yeah, so now let us split the terminal into two parts, because I have already told you, right? First we have to connect with the port, and after that we'll be running the application. So let us do it this side. So let us type, like first we have to move into the server folder, right? So we have to type cd space server. So we are changing the directly to the server, so that when we click on enter it will be moving to the server page. Now we have to type npm space start, or otherwise you can even type nodemon followed by server.js. It is of your wish, but we have specified that nodemon server.js is equal to npm start in package json file, so that we are just typing npm start here and clicking on enter. Let us see whether we'll be connecting with the port, or let us wait if we are getting any errors, or what. We'll be checking all those things. See, this is an like warning. You can ignore it, but you can see it here. Server running on the local host, which is 5002. That means that our server it is successfully connected. And now towards this side, let us again change the directory to client, because we are running it the front end, right? So let us change the directory to cd space client. And by typing on cd space client, we'll be moving to the client directory. And now let us again try to run this one, npm space start. And when we click on enter, you will be moving, like you will be running this application, and the output it will be visible in the browser. So this is how you can run. So this is the thing. Is it clear how to run this application? So this is how you can run, but let us wait for the output to be displayed. Meanwhile, let us discuss about the code otherwise. Let me minimize this thing. I have minimized it. And now let us see the code. So let us see with todoform.js. It is similar to the previous thing only. So first we are importing a useState hook and followed by the Axios. Axios we have already discussed in the previous class. It is a popular library which is used to maintain the HTTP request and endpoints and all those things. And we are importing the todoform.css also. It is the CSS file. And after that, we are opening one. We are taking one constant which is todo form, and using an add to do. It will be visible there. So add to do. It is a button, something like button, so that it is visible there. And after that, inside that function we are having a task and set task. So this is a use state again. So task, it is initialized with nothing initially, and when we want to modify this, we'll be using the set task. And we are using this handle submit function. So using this handle submit function, uh, it is used to maintain the form submission. It is there, right? So that one, to maintain that, like when we click on that submit, that task, it should be added at the bottom, right? So for that purpose we'll be using it. And here if you can see, we are printing, like we are having e dot prevent default. So this prevent default, it is like to prevent the default submission. So whatever the thing that is occurring defaultly, it will be like preventing that, and it will allow the React component to maintain the submit event. So whatever the code that we are writing, so how should it be visible there? So just by clicking something, and when we click on the submit, it will not be directly visible there, right? But by placing this condition, to place some condition, so we are using this. So if the task is presented, and we have to make we have to make something, right? Just when we click on add, so it should be like moving to the MongoDB also. So for that purpose, we have connected to the local host, which is the MongoDB. And after that, we are adding that data and setting the task to like empty. So this is about the handle submit function. And after that, we are returning it. So on submit, by calling this one. So input is text and value, it is task. And on change, that means we are setting the task to e dot target dot value, which means that whatever the task that we are entering, that will be visible. So when you see the output, it will be clear. So initially it will be add new task, and when we type something and click on the button, it will be visible at the bottom. And you'll be having one button which is add button. So this is about the to do form. So here it is simple. We are just when we click on that button, the task will be added there, like added in the bottom of that thing. So that is the thing that is done by using this file, that is todoform.js. So it has executed successfully. Let us see the output. See, initially this one, it is presented and this add is presented. So whatever the thing that we are discussing, which is to do form.js, it specifies that. So when we click on this thing and write something like reading a book, and click on this add button, it will be displayed here. So this is done by using the to do form.js. So is it clear about this page that we are discussing about? Is it okay up to now? So the next thing that we have is to do list.js. This is also same, but here we are using use state and also use effect, because we have to like fetch them right by using the use effect. We have to fetch them and you have to paste it here. So whatever the thing I'm saying is, so whatever the thing we are adding it here and click on this add, they should be fetched and they should be placed here, right? So for that purpose we'll be using use effect. So initially to write something and all those things we'll be using use state. To maintain the state we'll be using use state, but to do all these things, to render something and all, we'll be using use effect. So here by using the use effect, we are having one function which is fetch to do's, and inside that response, that means const response, it is one constant where we are waiting, like wait await means it is wait until it's done. So get from this MongoDB, this is the to do's, it is a database there in the MongoDB. From there we are getting the thing. So whatever the thing we have entered here and click on add, it will be into the MongoDB, right? So let me also show you with the MongoDB. So it will be opening. Let us wait for some time. In meanwhile, let us continue with this, and after opening of the MongoDB, I'll also be showing you that. And set to do's of response.data. That means that whatever the data that we have got from that MongoDB, that will be placed there. That is here. So whatever the thing, when we click on add, so it will be going into that MongoDB and it will be storing. That is to do form.js. And now to do list.js file, it makes that like when we click on this add button, it has to again display here also, right? So for that purpose, like when we click on add, it will be searching in the MongoDB, that means database, and it will be fetching that data, and after that it will be placing it here. So that is to do list.js. That is the main aim of these files. And here, yeah, if it is not like correction is not established, then error in fetching the to do's, this will be displayed, and it is called again fetch to do's function. And delete to do, it is also same thing, right? When we click on delete, then it should again map with that thing that is presented in the MongoDB. And if it is presented, we have to also delete it from the MongoDB, right? So for that purpose, we are using this set to do's of filter of to do, where to do ID is not equal to ID. That means like when whatever the thing that is matched, we will be like discarding that from that thing. Like here, let me also add one more thing. Let me add playing a game and click on add. So it is presented here, right? So when we click on delete, it is mapped with the thing that is presented in the MongoDB, and it will also be deleted in the MongoDB database and also here. So that is the thing about this. And this is the same, like whenever you want to add a to do, using that we'll be setting the to do list with the to do's that is having, that means the database, and new to do, it is a function here, like a variable here. This is the thing. So and after that we have we'll be returning this one. So this is the thing that is visible to us, like to do's, they will be mapped with the to do. This is the database, and the key is ID, that will be searched with that ID. And if we found that one, when we click on the button, we'll be deleting that ID, so that that is also deleted from that database. And this is about to do list. The main thing you have to remember here is you have to mainly remember the functionality. So to do form.js, what will it be doing is, like when we enter something and click on add, then it will be connecting with the database and it will be adding the data into the database. Sorry. And when we come to this to do list.js, uh, here when we click on add button, simultaneously what should be done, it should also be displayed at the bottom right. So for that purpose here it is used. How will it be displayed? By checking it by when we click on add, then it will be checking the database, like when it is inserted and displayed. But when we click on delete, and it should also be deleted from the database and also be deleted here. Those two things is maintained by to do list.js. Only adding into the database is to do form.js, and to do list.js will maintain both deleting and also like adding it at the bottom. So this is about the thing which we have added in the SRs, that is client. So is it clear about these two things? Okay. So let me show that in the this database also. Let me connect, and after connecting I will be showing you the database which is to do's. Yeah, this to do, and inside it we have to do's collection. And when we go to this collection, so we have reading a book, right, which is visible here. So that is presented. When we click on delete here, and when we go to here and see in the MongoDB, let me refresh it again. Let me again open it. Again open it, and will not be getting any data, if you can see. So let me add the data. So now let me explain you the process that is being executed. So initially what we are doing, let us see the output and it. So first file that is presented is to do form.js, right? So to do form.js, let me add eating food as one to do. And when we click on this add button, so this thing it is executed by to do list. You as of now don't see this one. So the thing that is executed by to do form.js is adding it into this database. So whatever the thing that we are entering, this will be added into the database by checking the connection. Let me close this and open it again. See, it is added. So we are comparing with an ID, right? So this is the ID we are adding, comparing with, that means object ID. So it is added here, and this is about to do form.js. Coming to do list.js, so to do list.js, what it is doing, so already one task it is done, like whatever the thing we are adding. So but when we click on add, simultaneously we have to add it in the database and also place it here. How it is placing here? By checking the data from the database, it will be like using one ID, which is object ID, and it will be fetching the data that is presented in the MongoDB, and it will be displaying it here, which is eating food. And also one more task what is done by to do list.js is, so when we click on this delete, what should happen? It should also be checked with the object ID, and if the object ID is matching, then it should delete it from here and also delete it from the database. See that when we click on this delete, let us check with the database. See, it is not having any data. So this is the thing about the front end. So coming to the back end, we have only one thing which is in the back end, that is server.js file. So let me minimize this. Yeah, in the server.js we have just established a connection. yeah, we have imported the express and also mongoose here, and we have also imported the chords. You have, right, in login sign up page also we have chords. It is used to fetch the data from the server, and it enables your React application. Like, it makes your React application handy. That means easy to handle and all. So it is used to fetch the data from the server. And after that, we have the port, which is 5002. It can be anything of your choice. And we are using the chords and also express.json. And in the mongoose, we are connecting it with the mongoose. This is initially available. If you can see, when we open, it is the host, local host, which is initially available. So you can see it here, localhost 27017, and followed by the name of the database, which is to do. And where you have two things, user new URL phaser is true, and also unified topology is also true. So these are the properties, they are just optional. And after that, in that schema, we have to do's, where we have two things, which is task and completed. So task is a string and completed is, it is boolean, like yes or no, that type. And after that, here in the to do, we have created the to-do schema, where we are having to-dos, which is the name of the collection. You can see it here. So app.getOf to-dos, which is the name of the collection, and there we'll be having two things. It is similar to that login sign up page, where we have request and response. So we'll be requesting, like, for the sake of request, it is like when we are clicking on add, then request is being happened, and when we click on delete, then it is deleted in the database also, right? So for that purpose, it is like what we have to say, response. Yeah. So when to do's, when we are giving some request, then it is find in the database, and in the JSON format it will be right. So in that format it will be presented, and you can see it here. So when we have post method, a new to do is created, because post method, it is like the data, it is entered and it is added into the database, right? So for that purpose, and you can see it here, new to do, that means we are adding it. And when we have delete, so now we are seeing the delete. So to find the message by using an ID, and you have to print after deletion. So we have to await until in the to do we have deleted it, and after that we have to print the message to do deleted. And here it is, here we are not printing anything, because it is not written in the front end so that it is displayed, but as of now we are just deleting it. And after that, we are connecting the port, server running on HTTPS localhost, and followed by the number of the port. So it is this one that is displayed. So server running on the port and localhost, followed by 5002 is the port number. So this is about the server.js file. So is it clear about these things? Okay. So this is about the to-do list. So let me again explain you the output once again. So it is very simple. So if you want to add some tasks, so let me add reading a book and click on add, and let us add one more thing, which is add. And you can add many other things also in a similar way, and when we click on this delete, it will be deleted. And that is the thing, we'll be having two buttons. When we click on one button, it is added to the database and it should be displayed here. And when we click on this button that is presented, that is delete button, it should be removed from here and also from the database. So this is the output also. Yeah, so this is about the task 5. So developing a to-do list using the MongoDB, Express.js, and also React.js.